Hello, live stream. I know up to this point I haven't introduced myself. I am Misty Aura. I play Splatoon. I don't like Splatoon 3 a lot. Salmon Run is the exception. Salmon Run is by far and away the best part of this game, and it's not close. So, today I'm gonna play Salmon Run, because I really like this mode. And Undercover does 150 damage. Why does Undercover do so much? God, this weapon, they broke this weapon in this mode. I love Next Wave Undercover. Oh, and it's Bone Rattle! Yo! Hello, Stormgazer. Okay! What a way to start. Yeah, quota 15. This isn't surprising at all. What am I doing? I need paintballs. I need paintballs. I'm getting distracted. I need paintballs. I am arrow spray. I have no mouth and I must paint. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm bad butt. Okay, so I might not know how to play arrow spray and salmon run. Oh my god, this weapon does no damage. Like, I know that's a pretty core part of its identity, but would it have killed them? That would have done, like, at least 25? Please? Oh, what am I doing? There is a prisoner behind me. And there's a Moz. We're gonna lure the Moz to spawn with me. We really need her basket. We need eggs. Uh-oh. Dude, I threw a bomb. You cannot be doing this. Throw the eggs. Throw the eggs in the basket. Throw the eggs in the basket. I'm dead. It's the way that slopes work in this game. This slope paint sucks. Where are we? Please don't die. Thank you. At least Undercover, and this is going to be a very fun sentence, at least Undercover is providing decent offense. Like, it could be worse. Please don't immediately kill it. Actually, yeah, this is... Okay! I have played Splatoon 2, and also I haven't played Next Wave in a while. Bob! Brother Bob! Please, you have the R button. Use it. Okay, these static spawns do. These statics do go. This eel and this flipper flopper are absolutely diabolical spawns. And there's a third stinger. Oh, I'm probably dead. No, I'm not. I don't know what the snacker pad skill is. Oh my god! Please! Dude, I know we have an AC, but Alright, hang on. I'm gonna do this properly. Real quick. Whoops, that is not what I meant to do. Pool is, let's go with... Yeah, whatever. My Echo, this is a fun pool name. Alright, room is created. And now we will wait. Alright, that is now pinned. Oh, I should send an invite. Huh. Admittedly, this rotation does kind of blow. Like, arrow spray doesn't really do a lot special in Salmon Run, and dousers are ridiculously weak. But boy, Undercover and Rapid Blaster, man. And, like, dousers are, by a long shot, my least play dually. But there's still a dually. This is my, at one point, was my strongest weapon class. Might still be, honestly. So, we will see how things turn out, you know? It's a lot of weapons that I like to play. Well, I mean, if you want to play Splatoon 3 Salmon, then join the room. That is all you really need. Just, if you like Salmon, then feel free to hop in. Or if you just want to have a good time, you know, like... Oh wait, you do lose points for DC on Wave 2? Really? That's so dumb. Who would do such a thing? That's... You... -5 is crazy. That's fine. I'll create the room for now, but... no, you do have to have multiple people. Alright, that's whatever. I'm fine waiting. I'm fine messing around in the training lobby. Hello! It's now time to play some Salmon Run, I think. Alright, I have no idea what I'm doing on Dowser. Oh, there's Steelhead. Hello there. Okay, no, this thing doesn't do enough damage. Even in turret mode, it takes a while. That's not promising. Get over here. You did not. Alright, nice. That's a ton of exit nasty. I got these. I am playing very fast. Okay, 2 stingers. This one's in a funny spot. Nice. Good use of tech. Yeah, that's quota. Honestly, I pretty like quota. You know, hazard level is pretty low. Not surprised. We do not have less control. Although they're undercover. Thank you. I tried to help. Wow, what a way to do that. Huh? Alright, I'm just here to throw bombs and take care of stingers. Hello there, lesser salmon. I do not have the firepower to be taking care of you. It didn't work. No idea. Oh, there's 2 flipper floppers. There's 3 flipper floppers. Yeah, alright. This. I hear the scrapper. Where is it? I want it to get up to the basket. That's one that we can pretty easily murder now. There it is. Fortunately, I stunned it. That's okay. I just wanted to take care of the left. Bye, Flirt. Ow, ow, ow. I'm somehow not dead. kind of like hold and shoot until they all die. Yeah. Oh, low tide, yeah. Pull that up. Yeah. I'll get good shit. You know, you never really expect me eating for like 180 flick lessons. Sometimes the situation calls for it, though. My game is having slowdowns. I'm tumbling on too many things. I started looking at the timer, then I started looking at the wheel, and then I saw the missing indicator, and that is not good. I don't have the, special. Okay, that's a good pressure. Yeah, oh, it is left. No, God. Okay. That was not quite the best. Admittedly, I am, like, this is probably the worst salmon I've played in, like, years. But we pull through. Yeah, I did a lot of egg run in that game. Why am I practicing flicks in the salmon run lobby? Like, I guess it is an important skill. Aerospray, oh, what? Hello, Blocky Boy. Apologies that I haven't been seeing your chats. My friend, I'm going to assume, do you mean Switch friends? I probably won't see your response immediately. I'm focusing, I'm multitasking right now. Oh, okay. not a lot I can do. Like, all I can really offer you is salmon run, which, you know, that's pretty all over the place here. I just went into the water. I am a damn fool. Okay, we need to get out from down here. Why are there 2 mods? I really need to learn that dowsers can't do that. What? The eggs like phased in and out of bounds. That is weird. This maybe seems to be dying a lot. I think there's the air spray? No, the air spray is okay, that's fair. Raptor's a difficult weapon to get. Hey, speaking of raptor. I really hope it's not fog. I don't like bone rattle fog. No, it's not. Okay. Probably not that one. I have no idea what the duck is, man. And I am just totally away from all of the action. Very fun. Alright, none of those. Alright, it's this one. Nice! Yeah, this is a hard rotation to try and roll here. One in one round, but you know, a 2 round is expected. Nice. Oh, we need eggs. 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 Get it. Get it. Get it. This is not enough. This is not enough. This is just outright not enough. Oh, it is! Oh, exactly enough. This is a bad... I should have crabbed on the goldie. That's my bad. Damn. 96 is really low. Nice 4-0 revives. Undercover! I'm a big undercover fan. someone else can deal with the fish stick. I'm just gonna I wonder if you can one bomb that fly fish from that position. Might be able to. It's a pretty generous window. Nope. I hear a second fly fish. No, I don't. I just hear grandma. Oh, steel eel is grandma. I might call it grandma sometimes. That's an inside joke reference. Ow. Push me back. Push me back. I'm dead. I wasn't actually dead. I just looked away from the screen at that point. Like I had given it. I thought someone else had already realized. Ah, God. Hello, Scrapper. I need you to come up here with me. Yeah. I am not playing well at all, man. It is so unfortunate how badly I'm doing. Arrow. And it's a fly fish, yeah. Thank you, Lei, for getting the right basket. Oh, we lure that. We lure that. It's on you again. We lure that, though. Yeah, it's on me now. I want it to come after me. And it's on you again. Okay. Lei's getting too close to the mod. There it is. Please give Aerospray something in this mode. Even the 24.5 damage it has is fine. Oh yeah, fun fact, they nerfed Aerospray's damage in transition from Splatoon 1 to 2. It is one of the weirdest decisions they've ever made. Just get me out of the range. Take care of the stinger. Hopefully not die to flight fly. That would suck. Grab it. Normal side. Alright, really not looking forward to not having paint for people, but at least I'm not narrow spraying, so. Okay, we learned this, I said we learned this. Whatever. Sure, if you want to kill it so bad, by all means, go ahead. I suppose it's bone rattle. Luring is pretty much a non-issue. I don't like stealing that AI. The fish stick really messes with me sometimes. Wait. Get over here. I did the thing. Unfortunately, that's about all I did. That's not going to fill the lid. Oh, we are running out of time and we don't have the eggs. I feel like this could have been handled, but whatever. God, I'm playing so bad right now. Oh man. Trying. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Da, da, da. Now, sir. Okay, I get to paint the floor and roll into the water because I don't know the dodge roll distance. No ink efficiency. That's right. Forgot about that part of the weapon. Yeah. The problem, though, with not learning is that you are wasting a lot of ink throwing these eggs. It is super time consuming. Ow! Man. Somehow I'm alive. No idea how. Alright, hello, jump. Uh-oh. No, it's cool though. Hello, Steel Eel. Wow. Rapid, love to see it. Fish. Okay, dude. Oh, I can one bomb that. Hang on. No, it's too high now. I need to Okay, as long as it's not causing rain over here, this is a super egg-heavy area. I don't care really about killing the drizzler as much as I do just making sure that things don't get under over here. Unfortunately, the fish sticks are kind of hurting that. I did my part. It's too far from the basket. I don't really care, though. I don't think we're getting any fish anyway. Plus, we're not overfishing here. We're just trying to get by, make an honest living. Nothing screams honesty like a job at Briscoe. I really wish that steelhead was closer, but not much to be done about that. I do see Grandma. Hi, Moss. I don't have the time for you. Fly fish. I think there might be a second one, so I'm not thrilled about it. Wow, okay. At least I respawned at basket, because that was the last round I touched. That is convenient. We are 2 down. That's trying. Why are we already down twice? This is Booyah to survive. I don't think it works. I think that tri-strike would have revived, though. There's just not a lot to say when it comes to salmon. Like, I really want to focus on the gameplay. It makes it really hard to talk as well. Mostly because my gameplay has been absolutely disgustingly trash. Two floppers, those... Hopefully those are both clear? No. This one is, though. I'm prioritizing this one. Yeah, there we go. That is a torpedo kill. I am super well equipped to take care of that stingray. Never mind, teammates got there first. wink, rapid blaster. Alright. This was not terrible. Whee! Oh, what special do I have? I have Booyah. Okay, Booyah's nice. I really need to be using my specials more. I don't know why I haven't. Come this way. Never mind. Looks like we're gonna put it out there. This is actually a really bad place to put this because it's the furthest away from the basket it could have possibly been. Okay, I'm gonna make a kind of risky move here. Yeah, this is why it's kind of risky. I think this is a good use of it, honestly. Oh, especially since I forgot it was wave 2. The eel is after me. High tide. Yeah, no, not to say particularly about high tide on Bone Rattle. It is certainly one of the maps with high tide. Let's not. That is my fault entirely, I will admit. I got very, very greedy for that scrapper. I don't have the damage out for this. Oh, that's a live fish there. I do. Because my weapon does barely anything else good, I can throw a lot of splat bombs. I can afford to. And there's three! There's 3 stingrays! Oh my god, dude! Okay, wait, we have quota. I just need to play my life for 10 seconds. Which I am not doing well. And we get a boss wave. It's Joe, right? It's Moz. Yeah. Hey there, big man. I'm getting cover for this? Yeah! This is an awful weapons to be fighting Megalodon of all things. entire wrong side. Yeah. It is a rough rotation for Megalodontia. I can't lie. Like, it could be worse, but the only, like, truly super maneuverable weapon on this rotation is Arrow Spray. Rapid can't paint its own feet. Undercover gets really hard stuck by Lessers if you don't have good Lesser control. And Dousers have a very long dodge roll. That's like the one thing they have going for them. Like, Meg is just hard to fight in this room. I think we did good, though. Hey, speaking of arrow spray. Drillers, yes! Yes, dude! Ah, wait, but this is solo, though. I don't know. We do not have good drillers fighting drillers at all. Anyway, I'm on small fry. Oh, we have an undercover. What am I supposed to do? The undercover is just better at small fry than I am. We might lose. Revive me, please. Thank you. We need to get these eggs in. Just gonna bring this driller to the other side of the map so we can focus on eggs. Never mind. Yeah. Wow, this thing sucks at killing drillers. It barely can. Rapid. Where? Stick. Okay, three of us did not need to be up there, but okay. Yeah, you can totally one-bomb that guy. I need to try that next time. Okay, I've had my share of that area. I'm giving up on those eggs. I need to learn what the snacker pads are. I totally forgot that. Really appreciate the slowdowns, specifically only on Nintendo Switch 1. get enough. What? Okay, something bad happened. What happened, man? Why did we have such few eggs? Did we not kill enough bosses, or what? Like, what? Bone Battle Arena. Rapid Blaster. Should probably focus on paintballs. Okay, I really need to lock in, I think. Are we not gonna learn that? We're not gonna learn that. Okay. Apparently there's a second boss in there. I'm gonna let this one come up closer to basket. Alright, that's good. Nice. Okay. Got that there. Nice. Nice. We have enough eggs. We have enough eggs. Someone is AFK. We love to see that. That is absolutely brilliant news. Oh, we have quota. We have quota. We have quota. I just need to not die again after this. Nice. Get rid of this so we have good paint. Alright. Low tide. Okay. I have no idea where I should go on low tide. It's Dowsers, so I'm just gonna make I don't know what else to do. No, we lured that. We lured that. We lured that Abby. Yeah, there we go. Someone else can take care of that Grizzler. And that Salmon. while to get rid of it as long as it dies. Hello, Flyfish. I don't have an ink tank to deal with you now, so I'm just not going to. A lot of damage. That second wave might kill me. Bomb, go. Okay, we just need to put eggs in the basket, eggs in the basket, eggs in the basket, eggs in the basket, please. I honestly don't know what I could have been doing better. I'm sure there's something obvious, but in the moment, I feel like I was doing just fine. One more shift of Salmon Run, and then I think I'm either done, or I'll play like 2 games of multiplayer, get mad at it, and then I'll be done. This last shift is starting with Rapid Blast. This is my beloved right here. I would have it no other way. Well, I don't know. I might have it another way. Stamper is pretty good. What is happening to you? What the hell? What is desync? Who's on the other side for me? That's crazy. I saw the big shot. Unfortunately, I can't do that. And nobody seems to want to help me with my lack of damage. Back into a corner that's... Yeah, I should have used Wave Breaker. You can afford to use Wave Breaker. There we go. No way, we're gonna lose on wave 1. No, we're not. Okay. Someone's gotta deal with all these bosses, man. Can't select them all. Normal tide, okay. I am going to just kill things. I don't care about throwing eggs in the basket. Everyone else seems to want to egg run, so I'm just going to kill them. That is not the problem. I just don't know what the problem is. I just missed that fly fish basket. It's almost like that's the worst designed boss salmon in the entire series. I would honestly take stingers over fly fish. I might die to this one. Okay, there we go. Okay, no, the issue definitely isn't boss killing. The issue is we are not looking at these eggs. So it's actually the opposite problem of what I initially diagnosed. Did I just diagnose? Whatever. And we're letting them build up. I don't get why we're letting bosses build up. We can't let them. We have to kill something. I recognize that we really don't have a good killing presence, but like, put one egg in. Thank you. But like, something, please. Paint the floor, because no one else is. Paint the walls, because definitely no one else is. Aim for the fish stick. Lure the scrapper, and then we kill the eel here. But scrapper is faster. It just fell, never mind. Where is the bubbler? Alright, we're probably gonna let the stinger live if I'm not killing it, so I'm going to go ahead and kill it. There are now 2 stingers. I am going to throw this out with my own life. I don't know why I thought the wave break was this. And I'm the last one alive. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Given how things were going. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and back out now. This is... I'm catching myself very quickly. I am recognizing that I am starting to tilt, and that's only going to make my gameplay worse. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop. Oh, wait. And play one game of Stamper in multiplayer, because, you know. I just need to check to see if the game is still as bad as I remember it is. Hello there, ability chunks. $4,000. I definitely need that with all of my other money. Ew. 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 Well, private battle it is. good map, preferably. Are there any good maps in this game? Not really. Urchin is okay. Ramen is good. Barnacle is a map that I specifically like. I personally enjoy Barnacle. Museum is good. Mahi is Inkblot. Let's do Museum. I realize this is a pretty prominent Splatana Stamper map, but that was not why I picked it. I just picked it. It's like the one map in the entire game with a flank. How do you even do that? 2 zip casters, interesting. Nice! Oh, that was a fun 1v1. Urchin. Yeah. Yeah, just that. And that. Yeah. Fucking hell, man. I just don't like this game a lot anymore, outside of Salmon. I have said that exact sentence so many times in the past week. But whatever. You know, this is zones, Urchin Underpass, iconic map. What would Splatoon be without Urchin? Got him. Decap still feels fun, if nothing else. And there's like 2 other weapons that I'm partially interested in this game. Time to bring out the amiibo tin. See which amiibo card it is that I want. What's another half-decent map? Ramen. Yes. Yes. It would be this one for the 1, and then... are you the other one? Yeah, here we go. And where are... Maybe there's even 3 weapons I give a shit about still. Unprecedented. There's like 5 things in this game I care about. Crazy. Oh, I haven't practiced aim on this weapon in a long time, though, in this game. Should be fine, we'll see. I do have a pretty solid kit that got its points to special nerfed in the last update for some reason. Not like Dooley wasn't already falling off or anything, you know. I was behind the pillow. That's why I don't like this game. If that's coming through on Dooley, I dread to see what's gonna happen with Brella. This used to be my best weapon. Hasn't been my best weapon in a long time, though. Yeah, try me. I think Twinkle's dualies are probably better at this point. Shots grab? Why didn't people use this weapon during grab meta? I guess it loses to machine. And also Splash-O-Matic, I guess. No, you do not get to go for it. Digging very, very deep to find literally anything to like about Splatoon 3 multiplayer right now. And then Barnacle is a map I like personally. Oh, didn't mean to ready up. Hello, there's Zimmy build. I am not using you. Now it is time for this poor weapon. Indoctrinated me into a legacy, to an already dying legacy. This is the worst update that Umbrella has ever really felt like it had. This might be worse than 1.0. I can't lie. In terms of people shooting through the shield, it's still a fucking problem. And now we can paint the zone. Thank God. No, dude. Why respawn Punisher? You know, That's another reason I completely forgot I hated Respawn Punisher. I haven't seen anyone use it in the last... What was that? Dude! You can't tell me that's not bullshit. My shield was out. My shield was completely up. It was entirely extended at that point. Yeah, I just don't really want to go up against a Respawn Punisher Swiffer at the moment. I can't lie. Feels really fun to not have to just be forced to not interact, playing a less interesting game because they chose the wrong gear ability. Or I suppose the right gear ability. You know, if you really wanted people to stop playing Splatoon, if you really wanted to actively drive people away from the game, good fucking job. Sorry, I'm mostly talking about Respawn Punisher's ability. I don't mean personal. Don't take it personally. This is not directed towards anyone in particular. This is just directed towards Respawn Punisher being a shit-ass fucking ability. And of course, you know, Inkjet, very, very powerful special right now. Totally, for sure. Not easy to cancel at all. So, of course, let's buff Big Bubbler's object damage. Or, buff Big Bubbler's HP into it. Why not? You know, it's not like Inkjet was already struggling or anything. And then we aren't going to touch Inkjet at all for the next, what, 5 major updates? How long has it been since that Bubbler buff? This game has by far the largest number of updates in its history. And none of them have done anything. I swear. I need to keep getting it out of my system. Hang on. What's another map? Mahi's okay on zones. Actually, you know what? No, this map is solid on zones. I actually do quite like Mahi on turf and zones in this game. That said, it's not better than S1 Mahi. That should be pointed out that despite getting a rework so late into this game's life, it's still worse than S1 Mahi. Same with Flounder. You know? And I think this game could benefit a lot from just having old S1 Flounder and Mahi and Hammerhead. I mean, look at what Urchin Underpass has done for the game. It is literally the same map, beat for beat, except there's like sponges sometimes now in certain modes. And outside of clams, which bear in mind, it's a Splatoon 1 map, it was never made for clams. It is amazing relative to all the other trash in this fucking game. What is Wahoo World doing here still? Could you imagine that kill? What is Wahoo World doing? Why is Mincemeat here? Why, in God's name, did they call whatever map that is Hammerhead? It's not Hammerhead. And another thing, what's with the specials in this game? Why is Reef Slider... Why is fucking Slider in this game just the kill special? What do you do? It's massive. You can't run. You have to super jump pretty much. But just think, if I had just ignored the Swiffer and started paying for another slider, they can't do anything to contest me. Look at that 70 radius. Isn't that just totally fair and balanced? I'm not good at this weapon. I tried to pick it up. That's why it's one of my fits on this amiibo. I tried to pick it up. You painted a lot. And it was a bucket, and I like sloshers, but I really don't have the hang of this weapon. Anyway, you're dead. Isn't it so cool that I can just invalidate an entire special with this thing? And conversely, entire specials also invalidate this one in return. You know, game design. Isn't it nice that Inkzuka used a two-shot? And that's a... Yeah, thank you, Shadow Doggo. Also, hi, I'm very sorry. I am incredibly upset at Splatoon 3 right now. You have tuned in at an interesting time. Die! I'm honestly shocked that you didn't die. You had to waste a resource for that, though. What am I doing? I am playing this slosher like a Swiffer. I want to point out, I really shouldn't be playing this the way I am. I missed the slosh. That said, you would have been dead. Did you see how far the Swiffer is? And I'm not even addressing the elephants in the room. What's with the meta right now, huh? What's with heavy splatling? What's with, fucking blaster? Why is blaster the easiest fucking weapon of all time when it's the best weapon in the game? Why is heavy so fucking easy? You literally just hold and release CR and win the game. Why did Dynamo get nerfed more than those in 11.1? Oh my god, I hate this game. I want to love Splatoon 3 so bad. And for a long time I did. And it didn't even take Brella's being good, by the way. I want to point out, this is like 10.0. Brella's hadn't received the paint buff yet. I need to make something happen now. Thanks for throwing. Very fun, very fun. Honestly, I would have been okay with losing that game in particular. I wasn't really paying attention, but, you know, what it is what it is. But just... And of course, you know, because they missed the mark this time on Heavy and Blaster, and they... Well, I don't know. The Dynamo nerfs are fair. The Dynamo nerfs are fair. But because they didn't tone back Blaster and Heavy enough, we're gonna have to wait until the next month to get an update on it. If that, the update cycle is done now. It's not fucking month and a halfly. And you know what's worse? They're not going to nerf them enough. They're just gonna give them another 10 points. And it's not going to change a damn thing. Oh, and of course Dynamo's probably going to get nerfed again too, because, you know, it's, you know, too strong. And they're not gonna touch Nautilus at all. They're not gonna give Nautilus anything. They're not gonna give Stamper or Squeezer anything. I get Squeezer, I guess. Squeezer is very, very recently powerful, but... like, come on, man! And they're not gonna touch Chumps. If they do touch Chumps, it's gonna be an overnerf, of course. Well, actually, no, it's not gonna be an overnerf. They're just not gonna nerf enough. Nothing has been overnerfed in this game. The one thing that has is Machine. And we're gonna have this one that just paints the floor all the time, which is okay. I'm fine with both. I'm fine with Rainbow. Inkline is the problem, because Super Chump is dumb. I think Rainbow is sick as hell. I wish Rainbow was better. I wish Inkjet was better. Inkjet being in the state it is, and Zipcaster being in the state it is really bad for the game. Oh, and they're gonna nerf Crab again, and they're gonna nerf Dooley as well. Why are they gonna nerf Dooley? Who knows? Honestly, at this point, I don't think there is an answer. They're just gonna nerf Dooley again. And they're gonna make the netcode worse. Because somehow, they figured out how to mess it up that bad. That is my fault entirely. I don't know, dude. This game makes me really, really mad. Because they had it! They had it! Is the thing! We had something so good with 10.1! Every weapon class had something! Most main weapons had something! Where did we go wrong? Why did we make the game worse? I don't know. The brief moment in 11.0 before blasters started running all over everything, I did really like Dynamo. I will say, Dynamo gave me hope. And honestly, I am very happy about Dynamo where it is right now. Yeah, GG. I mean... Fun match, not good game, you know. Like, I don't know how else to word that. Anyway, I need to check if something is still broken really quick. Give me a sec. Where? Where the dip is this stupid weapon I'm looking for? There it is. And then we just QR, yeah. And QR, right? You know what? This'll do. No, it won't. I need more. I'm greedy. I want more QR. Kill is this weapon still good? Literally nothing has changed about it. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold forward. If I win, I think that's a testament to how much this thing needs very drastic changes. Yeah, that's my bad. Ah, I really want to direct there. Yeah, you know what? I'm just not gonna approach. You do it. You do it. You do it. I want you to approach the blaster. Somehow I did not get the QR proc. I'm actually very impressed I didn't get the QR proc there. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry. My AoE got buffed. You can't do that anymore. You can't hide from blasters anymore, I'm sorry to say. You just kind of have to, if you get hit by an indirect, you just kind of have to die now. That's just kind of is how it is. And also, you can't rush it down because it still directs. Also, its direct shot collision is bigger, which I do actually don't mind. Or, I don't actually mind that the direct size is larger. I don't know why they buffed the AoE. Buffing the AoE is fucking crazy. What's another solid map? We've run out of good maps. Now there's only, like, okay maps. Crab leg? I guess? I don't know. Also, I'm not playing fucking tower control in this game. Fuck that. Yeah, crab leg capital. Do I play... Oh, I know what I can do. Where is... That's not the right one. I want this one. Also, I want... Yeah, I want that one. And I just kinda... Buff. And... Where is... Did I do object shredder? Yeah. I do butt, and then I do... butt. This is kind of a dumb build for this weapon, but I don't really care. This works. Oh! Run speed. I need run speed. Hang on. Yeah, that will do. Admittedly, I haven't actually played heavy in a multiplayer match since the paint buff. I have no idea how this thing works. Now might be a bad time to mention that, but... Oh, fucking butcher. That's okay, I out. I outpaint tremendously. Did you just pierce my wave breaker? I didn't know you could do that. Or was I just, like, standing too far to the side or something? That shouldn't have happened. Oh, fucking hell, man. What if I just run you down? What do you do? Okay. Sure. I have Object Shredder. No, dude. Ah! My partial charges. Please. Whatever. I don't have enough time to get back. Whatever. Fucking head as well. This and Mini have both gone so far down the path of just, oh, we just paint. You know? Is that really all Splatlings are for now? Are they just paint bots? There used to be something there with Splatlings. What happens? God, there's like no other half-decent map. Hagglefish? What else is there? There's no good maps in this goddamn game. Oh, wait, I don't want to play this here. Is there anything with this that is, like, annoying that I can talk about? Not particularly. I could talk about V96. V96 is funny. Where is it? I've played it recently. Where is it? Am I blind? I am blind. Swim. Which actually allows me to do that. I don't know why I would need that much. Swim, that, and then, more swim. Right? Yeah, this works. I'm just gonna paint for vacuum, and it'll probably win me the game because this is a 1v1. And I realize a 1v1 is not the best way to showcase my complaints with this game, but, like, that is kinda just where I'm at the moment. Because I feel like if I play the game for real, I'm probably going to, like, break my Switch in two. I cannot play this fucking game for real anymore. I am not that strong. Run. now there is nothing you can do. I capture free. Fuck you. You know, there used to be a world where you could run it down with carbon rollers and S-blasts and everything. Umbrellas didn't get shot through their shields nearly as often. Though it still happened, because that's just kind of an inevitability with the weapon class. Free entry tool, by the way. Have fun! I fucking blew that shit. Oh my god. Damn it. I'm so not focused on the combat. But now here we are. Dooley's got 10 more points to special. Why? Why did Dooley's get 10 points to special? That should not have been an equivalent nerf to what Heavy got. Okay, I don't outrange Squiffer. I wasn't actually sure about that. Which is funny because I play Splatoon 2, but also I don't play Squiffer or 96 in Splatoon 2, and I never have, so... You know, I feel like that lack of knowledge still checks out. But, fuck, man. And of course, you know, they nerfed Dapple Doolies, which, like, I guess Red Dapple was kind of over-centralizing as a frontline cooler option, but could we not have buffed the other ones? I guess they did. They did buff Try. I can't actually give them shit for that. Well, no, I can. No, I totally still can. H3 naturally is still MIA. I did not mean to click that. Are there any buckets I like? Not really. That... I say as I'm holding the one I like. You know, this one was... something. Why is Machine still in the spot it was when it got nerfed? It's been untouched for years. Like, granted, not as many years as some weapons here, but why is Machine still fire... Why is Machine's fire rate still basically explodes? These two weapons need something. I don't know what you give Machine, because, to be fair, you do have to be careful with Machine. It is a weapon that, if you do buff it, will become good again, and will be very hated when it does become good again, because, you know, we've seen it be hated when it's good in this game, but it's not there. They turned the casual audience away from Machine. Do you know how hard it is to turn the casuals away from a weapon? There are people playing Range Blaster throughout all of Splatoon 2's life. And Machine usage went down. That means something very bad happened. I can't blame the game on that one. Admittedly, that is entirely my fault, and Slosher is just an an obscenely powerful main weapon, which is good. I think Slosher being strong is important for the game. It is a Splatoon weapon that hits over cover. You know, AoE is very, very important. It is a major part of Splatoon's identity. Slosher being good is good. That's why I'm glad that there's multiple Slosher options that are currently good right now. There's even multiple tri-slosh, like multiple tri-kits, if you don't mind griefing your teammates with your special in solo. I'll take the trade. Yippee! This map had a lot of potential. It is such a shame that they simplified it so much. What other maps are there? Umami? I feel like Bluefin isn't a good map, but it is funny. You know what, Bluefin? Bluefin is fun. I like Bluefin. It's a bad map, but it embraces it. It doesn't try to be a good map. I think that's very important. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to the usual. Actually, maybe not. What do I want to play? There's back to Dynamo. Dynamo is like the one weapon that has been brought back to relevance by Splat 3. And then they immediately went back on it. Again, understandable nerfs, but like, could we have not had something similar for like H3, I guess? I don't know. There's not a lot of weapons. Like, H3 could have been nice to see. L3 could have been nice to see. Wow, that did half. Crazy. I was a little slow on the flick. This game, I swear. And the motion controls. Oh boy, let me tell you the motion controls. So Splatoon 2 very notoriously has the worst motion in the series, right? Splatoon 2 is the worst motion. I'm not here to argue that. What I am here to argue is that Splatoon 3 isn't much better. Compared to Splatoon 1, bearing in mind, that was a fucking gamepad game. The only other thing you could do is play couch PvP in the Battle Dojo with the fucking Pro Controller Wiimote combo. But despite the issues of the gamepad, you know, it always made sense with Splatoon. And the kind of insane Wii U gamepad gyro controls are a huge part of that, right? That game's motion to this day, Splatoon 1's motion to this day, is like the best motion pretty much any game has ever had. Which is saying a lot! Because not only have there been a lot of other games that have had motion since, but how did we regress? What happened in Splatoon 2? Oh, we know what happened. But why in Splatoon 3 is it still bad? I'm on max sense for what it's worth. You know, I'm using +5/+5. And you know, like, I feel like I both can't hit as wide ranges as I can on lower sensitivities in Splatoon 1. But also, I can't hit the finer angles as easily as I can on the higher sensitivities of Splatoon 1. Like, Splat 1, no matter what sensitivity you were using, you were able to pretty easily hit super fine angles as well as, like, these massive 180-degree flicks. And I don't see where they messed up in Splatoon 3. Like, they had the solution already. The solution was in the first game. Alright, I'm harping on the motion. I don't know. Splatoon 3 is something. Alright. I keep trying to find words to describe what I'm trying to say, but there's nothing that I can really say. The language doesn't, or, you know, my lexicon does not have the, depth to have a good word. There we go. But I guess Splatoon 3 is sterile. There we go. This game is overly safe. You know, it's so much more passive. It's not trying to be as many things as previous games. You know, maps are simpler, balance changes are lighter, and, you know, the world is less bold, you know, and I feel like that's just really antithetical to a lot of things in Splatoon. Do I play Tenebrella? I'm really bad at Tenebrella, but I kind of want to. Nah, it's fine. I know I just took the world's hardest pivot from complaining about fucking Brellas getting shot through their shield and Dynamo getting nerfed more than Heavy, but whatever. You know, I have a lot to say about this game, and I have a lot to say about this game and no script, so, like, that is just going to be how it is. Oh, YouTuber. Like, they need to be more bold with Splatoon. The entire point of Splatoon is to be a new idea. Something wacky that no one else can do. And, you know, Splatoon 3 just hasn't done that. None of the weapons really feel as special as, like, Ball Point and Explode, right? Or I guess none of the, like, weapons in the repeat classes. Splatanas! I give credit where credit is due. Splatanas fucking rule. Splatanas are great. You know, I feel like Splatanas should be, rightfully are, the poster child of Splatoon at this point. Stringers? Not so much. Stringers are an underbaked class. As much as I really, really do love Bow, I have to admit, it is just a charger with AoE. And there's not really much I can do to... Not really much anyone can do to say otherwise. But there's just nothing big in this game. You know, like, that's what 11.0 did really well. Flow Aura and health bars, you know, those are huge new changes to Splatoon, and they work really well because they're bold, and they're not afraid to be bold. But what else special has been in this game? Tricolor? Tricolor Battle is only available, like, every 2 months or whatever. Big Run is interesting, but it's just Salmon Run on an extra stage. Extra Work is interesting-ish, but it only happens, like, twice a year. Challenges could have been a lot more interesting if they were weekly. Or if, you know, there wasn't one every month that was just another ranked queue. None of the new maps introduced, and almost every single old map brought back, have been simplified. They've been sterilized. Dynamic elements have been reduced in severity. Elevation has been toned back severely. You can really feel it in the Splatoon 1 maps, especially Flounder Heights and Hammerhead. Alternate routes are non-existent. And I know why they're designed like that, because they were overcorrecting from Splatoon 2. You know, you can't just avoid the other team as easily and spam missiles if there's only one way to go. But it's still an overcorrection, and very clearly at the start of the game, it didn't solve the missile problem. So there really is just no point to the maps being the way they are. And I'm glad that they finally recognized it at the very end of the game's update cycle. You know, Ramen is a solid map because it has alternate routes, it has things to do, you know? Urchin is just Splatoon 1 Urchin again with sponges on it. And that's cool, because Urchin had alternate routes. You know, like, those are good changes, or good maps. Why couldn't every map be like those? We had this shit figured out. I'm just salty because I'm a Umbrella player. But I know that there's a lot of players who really don't like the choke points on these maps. Like this one, out of spawn, on Shit-Shaped Cargo Co. Which is not the reason I call it Shit-Shaped. That is because it is a straight line map again. And I thought we learned our lesson about straight line maps with Port Mackerel and fucking, Walleye Warehouse, but here we are again. And even then, you know, Shit Shape isn't even the first straight line in the game. There's another straight line. Hammerhead! Why did they make Hammerhead another straight line? In Splatoon 1, it was a straight line, but it was a straight line with elevation. There were layers to it. I guess you can make that argument for Shit Shape. You cannot make that argument for this Hammerhead bridge. This is the worst Hammerhead has ever looked. And really, you know, by sterilizing the game the way they have, the new Splatoon team, and it should be pointed out, you know, Splatoon is made by a separate team from the first two games. You know, I think it's important to mention that making the game less, you know, you're taking away a lot of Splatoon's identity, and you're making it a worse game for it. There's no point in having these unique movement systems, like, I don't know, Squid Surge? Does anyone remember Squid Surge exists? You know, there's no point to having that if you're not going to play into it. There's no point in having all of this amazing movement and all of these great specials, right, if you're just not going to use them. And also, something else has to be said about the way that they have just made everything paint. You know, it started innocuous enough, right? Ah, shit. They gave... What was the first weapon they gave a paint buff in this game? I don't remember, but I do know that the most recent weapon, or as far as, like, recent history in this game goes, which is the most important, because, of course it is, you know, Brella got a paint buff. And you know what? For all intents and purposes, Brella's paint buff is fine. You know, this weapon was really struggling in the identity it had. This is okay, because there were repercussions. You know, they toned other parts of it back. It does less damage. It does less damage because the pellet spread is wider, so you're hitting less on average. And, you know, it's more expensive points to special. It doesn't matter, it still hits way too many of them. Which is why it makes infinitely less sense that when they gave Dynamo a paint buff, on top of its damage buff, on top of its, well, no, just on top of its damage buff, they gave it a paint buff. Why did Dynamo not get points for special adjustments? And more importantly, why did it not get any ink efficiency change? Well, okay, yeah, it did. It did get an ink efficiency change, because it fires 4 shots naturally. But then ink save remains still stacked where you could get 7? Seven Flick Dynamo benefited from that. There was no reason not to just run Seven Flick Dynamo and have infinite uptime. Oh, we already played on Hagglefish. Whatever. And then, of course, you know, there's the Heavy Splatling buff. I don't know why we gave Heavy a paint buff that drastic, while, you know, that's like 12% on a weapon that paints really well as is. And no points for special changes. Again, maybe it's because Wave Breaker is too weak. I don't know. But if it's because Wave is too weak, you know, that's kind of a stupid excuse, because it doesn't matter if the special is weak. You're still giving the main weapon so much uptime. Heavy Splatling never has to refill ink. You just fire 2 charges and hit a Wave Breaker, and you just have an ink tank refill right then. You do not have downtime on Heavy. Why have they buffed weapons to paint the way they have? And maybe it's just because they don't like Brellas. You know, that would track, frankly. Brellas have not had a nice history for quite a while. You know, between the netcode and them introducing both Stringers and Splatanas in this game, all of the object damage multipliers from the last game, Inkvac exists, Bubbler exists. Did I just get the frame 1, or the, like, 1 frame shield HP nullifier? That's awesome. You know, and then, of course, they'll give it a paint buff, but it's a compensation nerf, right? You don't get as much damage because your palettes are wider spread. I'm fumbling this inkjet royally. And yeah, let's nerf inkjet and make it even worse into Bubbler, which gets rid of this thing's one option into other shielding. Speaking of, thanks a lot. And of course, every AoE weapon in the entire game gets a fucking radius buff. And that one time they gave Zuka a 2-shot. Why did they do that? That was a dumb decision. They never should have made Zuka a 2-shot. That one's me though. That's very specific to Brellas, and you know, like being a Brella player, you know, that's why I'm winning that one. The inkjet changes. Dude, I didn't have the range. But see, if my palette spread was tighter, I would have 2-shot there, right? Why did we change that? It didn't have to be... there didn't have to be a compensation nerf. There was very little point. Brellas still aren't seeing that much use. Especially now, in a time where we could really use the 2-shot more than ever. But of course, Recycle is stolen. It's just kind of stolen the 2-shot, so... there's no real place for that anymore. Means that Brella is probably just forever consigned to obscurity. No! Dude, And the shield takes so long to regenerate. I don't know why this weapon is a shield launch. If it's gonna take that long, I do know why this weapon is a shield launch. And you know, it would be fun to play dualies, but... guess what weapon just got nerfed? 10 points special! For no reason! Crab isn't even as good as it used to be, dude! Crab is okay! Like, yeah, it's good, but Crab is in a fine spot! Why did we have to nerf Dually? Dually was already falling off! It's just stupid fucking change. As if this thing didn't already constantly live under Splash's shadow. Oh, and of course in the next update, they're gonna get 52 some buffs to help it compete for sure. You know, they're probably gonna get 52, like, I don't know, better fall off or some shit, or maybe better painting range. They'll do the Splatoon 2 buff again. That'll be good for the game, sure. They're not gonna nerf, or actually no, they are gonna nerf Blaster. They're gonna actually tone back Blaster's mobility so that it's on par with range Blaster, and they're gonna make its shots cost 15% of your ink tank. And then Heavy is gonna get another paint, or no, Heavy is just gonna get another minus 10 points special. Whatever. They're gonna nerf Dynamo back to where it was before. No, this team wouldn't. The new team wouldn't make those drastic of changes. They're just gonna give everything plus or minus 10 points special. In fact, you know what? I could see them going as far as giving Heavy Splatling minus 5 points to special. You know, very drastic, I know. How did you heal all of those? Oh, and they're probably gonna get GooTube or something. GooTuber always needs something. And of course, you know, the GooTuber buff is gonna be nice, but it's not gonna actually change anything. They might nerf Pin's paint again. Because, you know, Pin is the problem right now. Snipe Rider is painting too much now, right? Because Snipe Rider is the issue, and not Heavy or Blaster or whatever else there might be. Vanilla Rapid Pro is going to get 200 points to special. Bring it in line with the other two. In fact, they might nerf Rapid Pro Daco again to, like, 210. Unironically, I could see them doing that, actually. I really shouldn't joke about that. It's actually gonna happen. Ah! Why, Wahoo? This fit looks stupid as hell. This works, I think. Yeah, I'm not really missing much of anything here. Some sub-saver or something. Oh, I think Rapid Dako is still 210p as well. Why is this weapon 210? You know, Rapid Blaster, truly a terrifying force of nature who absolutely terrorized the game during its prime with its 200p jet. As if it wasn't Ballpoint's fault. Speaking of which, Ballpoint is a good... Ballpoint is a weapon that hasn't seen a buff ever. I think it might be time. People like Ballpoint now. Like, it's no longer Splatoon 2 main power-up days. I don't know if the new team knows that yet. But yeah, it's no longer, you know, main power-up's out of the game. It's not three-shotting anymore. It doesn't have Hydra's range, and it doesn't have the fastest straight speed out of any weapon, right? Maybe it's time to give Ballpoint something. It wouldn't hurt. Especially in a meta with heavy splatling, which is very prominently a painting-focused weapon. You know, having a fighting-focused weapon also being competitive would be very helpful. E-Leader is a solid weapon in that regard, but... you know, it does really struggle against that. I don't like that. Like, as E-Leader, it's very hard to fight against that. Heavy splatling can just paint around it. You don't really need to deal with that as heavy. I can't hit these shots on reflex. I would like to point out, I very rarely hit directs on reflex. I don't know how people can, frankly. Damn it. Hi, cats. Yeah, you see, the problem is, it's really hard to lock in with Splatoon 3. I don't like... You know, like... What's... the moment's passed, whatever. It's hard to lock in when Splatoon 3 doesn't give you a key. Look, man, I'm trying out here. What map is it? Hagglefish again? Oh my god. I don't like Splatoon 3. I know it's not the popular opinion. I know a lot of people really do like Splatoon 3. It is so hard for me to like this game. I want to love it so bad. I really do. And I just... I can't. Anyway, I want to play Rainbow, so I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna use Special Power Up. Yeah, this is good. Streaming for a lot longer than I normally do. Oh well. Hey! I know Ballpoint. I like that weapon. I will say, it is overtuned right now. The paint aspect of Stringer is crazy. This thing gets so much paint. But here's the thing, right? I really like Tri-Stringer. It has splatter scope range with AoE, chip damage, you know, 30 damage, no fall off. Speaking of fall off, hello there, ball flatline. Got it? Yeah, dude! That's a sick-ass clip. And Stringer paints, right? Like, this, to me, is the perfect backline. Ballpoint's good, I like Stringer more. Because you can do that. Oh, I don't even really... You know, honestly, I'm in kind of a rough patch with Splatoon 2 as well. Honestly, my favorite game right now is Splatoon 1. I mean, that's kind of always been true, but it's also the only one that I just, like, kind of love, no strings attached. Like, I just straight up do like Splatoon 3, or Splatoon 1 a lot. You know, Leo, if you're not feeling alright, you can leave. Nobody's keeping you. Man, maybe I should just play more Stringer. I like Rainbow. So, are you leaving, or what? What's going on here? Oh, sure, man. I'm gonna keep playing bow. I like bow. Maybe I should play E-Leader. What was the angle for this one shot? I don't remember. Oh well. Unfortunately, this game just really is not built for the Misty Auras of the world. Umbrellas are inconsistent, Bullies are getting nerfed for whatever reason. Splatanas are in a terrible spot relative to where they are normally, and I'm washed as hell on them. The only blaster that is really worth playing right now is... Last Blast is still alright. One of the the very much preferred blaster of the two that are good right now is, one that I do like. Like, I do want to point out, I do like the blaster. I just really don't like where it is. It is, like, it's a family friend who is or no, like it's a family member, like a dear family member who is started taking like meth. Like it's just a terrible spot for Blaster, you know, like someone needs to stage an intervention so it can go back to being like a fun weapon. How in God's name did you live? What? I have so much special power. None of those even hit? Yeah, thanks for the missiles. Really appreciate it. Why do I even fucking bother with this special, dude? Yeah, you know what? I think this is a good point to stop. This game is taking its toll. I've ranted enough about Splatoon 3 today. No, I haven't. No, you know what? Because fuck this fucking game. There we go. Now I've ranted enough about it. Splatoon 1... None of the Splatoon games are good. Like, good games. But Splatoon 1 is the least not bad one. There's something in this series, man. Like, there is something here. It has to be. But they're never going to fucking find it. Where is the good game in this concept? It's in there somewhere. Surely, but wherever that good game is, they haven't found it yet. They have had it twice. They have captured lightning in a bottle twice, as far as... Or, no, not even twice. I think just once, you know? There is exactly one time in Splatoon's history where they have captured the lightning in the bottle. And that is, you know, Splatoon 3 version 10.0. It was perfect. Everyone had something they could play. And then, you know, they just released it. Why would you keep that? You know, it's not like it's a fucking marvel of a scientific phenomenon. Fucking lightning in a bottle, dude. But no! No, they decided, hey, let's just ruin it. Let's, you know, this perfectly fine game. Let's just get rid of everything that made it nice. Not every... Okay, that's an exaggeration. I admit... You know, like, that is a bit much. Even for me. But, oh, God, dude. It hurts so bad to know that this game was something, and it still can be something. And they just took it away. I want to love Splatoon 3 so bad, man. Like, as someone who grew up with Splatoon, you have no idea how hard it is to fucking see this series, or see the most recent game in the series have been perfect. Or having been perfect, and then it's just not. And I'm just chasing that feeling now. And at a certain point, it's just like, when do I cut my losses? when do I just, outside of Salmon Run, because Salmon Run is a whole different thing, when do I just give up on Splatoon 3? I say all of this as if it's been like 3 years or something since the game was good. No, 10.0 was literally last year. But it shouldn't be taking this long to get back to where they were. The fucking update cycle taking as long as it does, really fucking deflating. Not deflating, just demotivating. Like, what's the point of playing this game if I know it's going to be bad for the next 3 goddamn months? If that, again, you know, the update cycle is more sparse now. They're not updating as often anymore. I do think Splatoon 3 does have one more major update left in the tank. I can just like, it makes so much sense if this game has a 12.0. All signs are pointing to 12.0. It does exist. Or, I guess, it will exist. Just not yet. And after 12.0, I don't know what'll happen to this game. Where the fuck is my fucking character? Oh, it's Big Man. That's right. Alright. But yeah, I have thoroughly tired myself out. My back hurts because I have been rocking in my chair a lot. My throat is very dry. I haven't had water in a while, and my Splatoon 3 is hopefully going to remain untouched for quite some time. Whenever 12.0 comes out, I'm excited. But before that point, there's nothing for me in this game. Goodbye, viewers. Hopefully next stream will be a lot more positive. It'll probably be a Splatoon 1 stream, so yeah, it most certainly will be, because I do genuinely love Splatoon 1 for all its issues. But yeah, that'll be it. Goodbye. Bye.